Hi, my name is Staff Sergeant McCauley. I'm trying to reach a Mr. Eric Davis, please.
This is Captain Davis. Can I help you?
Oh, excuse me, Captain Davis. Yes, sir. I was given your name because I have a problem, and I was told that you might be able to help me out with my job. I'm a police officer at the Arlington Police County Department, and I am a Staff Sergeant in the Army National Guard, and I just came back from a deployment. And I missed testing while I was gone that I need to see about getting this test done because it's hindering me from being promoted. I've been told that I can't take this test and I've got to wait another 6 months, but I believe I'm qualified now, and I believe they're holding me back just because I was away, and I don't think that's right. And I was told somewhere that you EG people, I just was told you could help.
Okay.
So I got your 1-800 number. They put me through to you, and I need to see about getting this test done. I can't wait 6 months. I'm ready now, and I feel that my work needs to kind of work with me to make this happen. Can you help me?
Okay. Well, first of all, I'm glad that you called me, Sergeant McCauley, because I think I can help you. I'm an ombudsman with the Employer Support of the Guard and Reserve. And in that role, I help advise service members like yourself and also your civilian employers on the roles and responsibilities and entitlements under the Uniformed Services, Employment Rights, and Reemployment Rights Act, USERRA. And USERRA does talk about your employer's obligations when they return to your work. Now, let me just check a couple of things here real quick. You said you're a police officer with Arlington County, is that correct?
Yes.
And you missed a test, and this is a test that you need to take to be eligible for promotion. Is that right?
Yes, it's a promotion exam for lieutenant.
Okay. And when was that test?
That test was given in July.
Okay. Last year?
Yes.
Okay. And you said you have to wait 6 months to take the test, so it won't be offered again until July of 2005. Is that right?
Right. They only give it once a year.
Okay.
And I kind of feel like I'm being punished for. This is punishment because I had to go away, and it wasn't my fault, and now I'm not eligible to be promoted.
Okay.
Is this against the law?
Well, you feel like you wanted to have the opportunity to test. Is that right? And you didn't get it. What did your employer say when you talked to your employer?
He just told me I have to wait till the next time around.
Okay.
Now he knows I'm qualified, and I know I'm qualified as well, and I think I missed out. We've had a couple jobs coming open that, had I taken that test, I feel I would have gotten the job.
Okay. USERRA, the purpose of USERRA is to protect service members like yourself. When you go away and you're in service of your country, the concept is that when you return to work, you're supposed to be treated as if you had been continuously employed. And so if it's true that you would have had an opportunity to take this exam had you not been deployed, and you would have passed this exam, making you eligible for promotion.
Yeah, I was ready for it.
Okay. If those things are true, then it stands to reason that you would have an excellent chance at having been promoted. And if so, then your employer has an obligation to make you whole again.
Right. Can they can it be arranged for me to make a makeup or something, or maybe go somewhere else and take the test?
I'm not sure. That might be a possibility, but I'd have to talk with your employer. Would it be okay with you if I called your employer?
Sure, that'd be fine.
What is his or her name?
His name is Colonel Little.
Colonel?
Yep.
Interesting.
Arlington County does their own thing. We have our own ranks.
Okay. Colonel Little. What's a good telephone number for Colonel Little?
703-696.
Okay.
1234.
Okay. 703-696-1234. Is that correct?
Yeah, they want to make sure we don't forget that number.
Okay. If it be okay with you, I'd like to try to give Colonel Little a call today.
Okay. Well, don't, whatever you do, don't tick him off. I don't want to lose my job.
Okay. I won't do that.
And I'm not trying to make anybody mad. I just don't feel like this is right.
Okay.
And I'm frustrated.
Well, Sergeant McCauley, let me tell you, I'm trained as an ombudsman. I've attended some training on mediation class and some other things, and this is something that I feel pretty confident about. I'll certainly do my best not to tick Colonel Little off. I don't know what kind of temper he has, but I just simply want to call him and talk to him a little bit about your situation and answer any questions he might have about his obligations under the law. Would that be okay with you?
Yeah.
Okay. You think I might be able to reach him today?
Yeah, I think so. He's usually in there this time of day.
Okay.
Should be there at about 5, I think.
Okay. Well, then I'll give him a call. Sergeant McCulley, how do I reach you?
You may reach me at 703-963-2323.
Okay. 703-963-2323.
Yes, sir.
And you going to be at this number for a little while?
Yes, sir. This is my cell phone. You can reach me here anytime.
Okay, fantastic. I'll try Colonel Little, and when I know something more, I'll call you back and let you know how it went, okay?
Thank you so much.
All right, thanks. Good afternoon. May I speak to Colonel Little, please?
Hi there, this is Colonel Little, Commissioner of Public Safety for the State of Commonwealth of Virginia. How can I help you?
Oh, wonderful. Commissioner Little, my name is Captain Eric Davis. I'm an ombudsman with the Employer Support of the Guard and Reserve Office here in Washington, D.C. I got a call this morning from a Staff Sergeant Amanda McCauley of our Army National Guard. She's also an officer in your organization. Are you aware of Amanda?
Oh, yes, I am. She's one of our finest police officers on the force.
Wonderful. I'm glad to hear that. Amanda came back and she called me. She says when she got back from being deployed, she had missed the opportunity to test for lieutenant. And she feels like she was well qualified for it and would have done well had she been able to take the test, but wasn't empowered to do so because she was gone.
That's correct. The test is only given once a year, and I feel really bad about it because I know that if she would have taken the exam, I know that she probably would have passed it with ace colors. Only the bad thing is I'm tied with what the police officers union requires. We're told we can't make an exceptions. I know it's only 6 months away for the next one. I know that if we can wait till then, she can take it and we'll get her signed up for it. But it's unfortunately she was mobilized during this time frame, and it's not our fault that she was mobilized. But I have 1,400 police officers on my force. 20% of them are Guard and Reserve people. We really do everything we can to help them. And this one here is really frustrating me because, we do everything. As soon as they get back, we get them right back in their jobs. We get their health care back in place without any stipulations. We follow the USERRA law, and we're just trying to make everything work for everybody. But this one's really got me perplexed. And I'm bound by the union. They bargain this as a state agreement, and you know how unions are. And if I could do something, I probably could try to help, but they may file a grievance. If that happens, you're going to have 100 other officers saying, hey, why can't I take the exam because I missed it because I was sick or whatever. So it's hard for me to make an exception here, even though she's one of the brightest people we have.
Yeah, I appreciate everything that you're telling me, and I want to thank you for the efforts that you make to bring these officers back and make them whole when they're gone for their deployment. I agree it's not your fault that Amanda missed the opportunity to test at this exam any more than it's her fault. And so I acknowledge that, but I also appreciate that having 1,400 officers in a union, and you can't make exception to one, or you're going to end up with.
We'll have a nightmare on our hands, and it's very, very hard to manage these people at times. But we do our best for our Guard and Reserve people.
I do know how unions are. When I'm not in uniform, I'm a reservist myself, but when I'm not in uniform, I'm an HR manager for the Minnesota Department of Transportation, and we have about 4,800 employees, and they're all in 9 different unions. So I have some idea of what you're trying to manage. Let me ask you, Commissioner Little, have you talked with the union steward?
Other than what they were saying, that this is one exam given once a year, and it's in January.
Okay, but not specifically about Amanda McCauley.
No, not recently.
Okay,
but from everything they've been given to me before on what I have to do and what I need to abide by. That to me, it's my rules to follow.
It sounds to me like having 20% of your workforce in the Guard and Reserves, you're familiar with the Uniformed Services Employment Rights and Reemployment Rights Act.
Yes, we are.
And it sounds like you've already made a very conscious effort to make sure that all the officers get everything they're entitled under that law.
Yep.
There's a concept in that law called the escalator principle. Are you familiar with it?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
Not familiar with that piece of it. We try to we work with our HR people on this as well, and one thing we do try to do when we get people back in, we make sure that their seniority is in place, and we even go to the point where we make up lost pension contributions. So we're very much aware of all the pieces and parts, but that one I'm not familiar with.
I think that you basically meeting the concept is the escalator principle when you restore all the seniority and all these things, all the entitlements and opportunity to contribute to the pensions and the health plans and so forth. But the escalator principle goes on to suggest that the employee that returns should be treated as if they had been continuously employed and step back on the seniority escalator in the place that they would have likely been had they been continuously employed. And then in Amanda's case, she very likely would have had this opportunity to take this test, and I think we both agree she would have likely done well on it.
But still tied by the union's rules.
Right, and by no means do I want to suggest at this point that you have any obligation to promote Amanda at this time. I think we agree she needs to take the exam.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I want her promoted.
Right. So there's no getting around that. Now, the only question I'm left with is whether or not it's possible to have an off-cycle exam. Now, you've talked to me about what's been bargained through collective bargaining. But I know in the Department of Transportation at times we set up memorandums of understanding or agreement with the unions simply for those odd cases that don't fit very well. I certainly understand not making exceptions for folks when they can't make the exam for a variety of reasons. But Amanda's military obligation puts her in a unique category, and some of those folks don't have a federal law suggesting that you have some other additional obligations. I wonder if you'd be open to talking with the union, and I'd certainly be glad to do that with you if you'd like.
I would very much appreciate that. That way we have a subject matter expert on the law, and they'll understand that we are making every effort here.
Okay.
And without exception, based on what we can do for Sergeant McCauley.
Okay. Maybe we can come up with a time that's agreeable for all of us, and then we'll maybe have a conference call or something and see if we can't get the three parties on the phone, and maybe we can reach an agreement that honors everybody's interests. Are you open to that?
That works for me, because I don't want to lose her. There's a possibility we could lose her over this, and I don't want to do that.
All right. Well, I appreciate that very much.
But if we can find a loophole based on the law and show the union that we can do this, let's do it.
Okay. Sounds good.